So I apologize in advance to kind of set this up. I'm relying on a lot of your guys' prior knowledge. I'll try to help you out as we go. But this is kind of assuming that we've finished the lesson or maybe a couple of lessons on the topic. And I'll kind of jump in from there. So I want to take us back to our learning target for the unit that we've been working on, that students will connect seasonal changes in sunlight to the degree of tilt of the Earth's axis with respect to its orbit around the sun. And there's kind of a diagram for you to work with. If you don't remember this exactly, that's okay. But kind of going back to the learning target, the action verb in here is connect. And a really great way to make connections is through writing. So I'm going to have us do a writing activity on what we've learned. Maybe incorporate some of the key terms that we've already used quite a bit. Axis, angle of light, tilt, hemisphere, orbit, revolution. You guys have demonstrated that you understand these terms already. But we're really going to connect it together with a writing assignment. And what I want you guys to do is to write an argument. So before we jump into that, maybe we need to refresh our memories on what we need for an argument. You guys remember the 3 parts of the basic argument?
Evidence.
Evidence, great. You're going to need to write some evidence. What do you have evidence for?
Like a claim.
A claim. Absolutely, thank you. So the claim is kind of our main idea, our central focus that the evidence is going to support. And the last one, remember, it's a little bit tricky. Anyone have a guess?
Like examples?
Examples would kind of fall into evidence. You could also use it for the third one, though, which is reasoning. And I can't write that. Reasoning. And your reasoning kind of connects your evidence to your claim, much in the same way that we want to connect these ideas that we've been discussing. So I'm going to demonstrate for you guys how I want you to go about writing your argument. Making sure that I have a claim, evidence supporting that claim, and reasoning to connect my evidence to my claim. So I'll just come up with a claim here on the spot, right? Let's say in figure A here, I'm going to say as my claim that it must be summer in Seattle. All right, I'm going to put a box around that, because that is my claim. I better have some evidence to support this. So my evidence, I'll say maybe it's summer because in this picture, A here, the northern hemisphere is tilted toward the sun. All right, and I'll underline that, same way that I underlined evidence there, so you know that that's what part of the argument I'm writing about. And lastly, I need to kind of tie this together. How is my evidence supporting my claim? I'll say, as a result, it gets more direct sunlight resulting in warmer temperatures. Notice how that kind of ties my evidence to my claim. And I'm just going to go ahead and circle this so you know that that is my reasoning that's connecting my claim to my evidence. So what I want you guys to do, you can work in pairs if you like, or by yourself, is to do your best to write your own argument. I don't want you to use Seattle in your example, and don't just replace Seattle with Tacoma. Try to come up with a unique argument that you can deduce from this. Maybe you can compare 2 different hemispheres during a specific season, or you can compare a different location that's not Seattle across different parts of the year, or come up with your own. Feel free to be creative. Try to tie in some of the vocab that we've been working with. That'll really solidify that in your memories. Do do your best, and if you don't understand the concept in real life, because I haven't covered it, I'll try to help you guys as we go around. So take out your science journals and do your best to kind of mimic what I've done here. And then your partner, when you're finished, is going to put a box around your claim. Sorry. Underline your evidence and circle your reason.
He's tilted away from the sun.
But it seems like from A to D to whatever C that is, it's getting, the tilt is changing a little. Yeah, so and A is summer in the northern hemisphere, and then it turns to winter on the other side. So wouldn't it be a transition? So like,
Do you think though, because it's still so far away from the sun, or not far away from the sun, would it make it enough different to have a reason?
I don't know. That's difficult.
Like,
I don't know if I understand the system. I might need more questions.
Okay. And then how could we use the word resolution? Does that have to do with like?
Sometimes it strains.
Does that have to do with the days then with resolution? More than the seasons?
Yeah. Doesn't summer have longer days?
It does. Okay. Let's think of a way to do that.
Like, doesn't matter where it is here.
And use the word revolution.
Where it's like hotter.
So we're going to use figure A.
Yeah, because summer is longer, has longer days because there's more sunlight.
Okay.
Especially hot here.
Because would that affect? Would that be as a revolution, or would it just be just because of the angle of
Feel
what?
free to incorporate pictures, diagrams as well.
Okay, let's use that word then.
Okay.
And when you are finished, have your partner check to make sure that you have a claim, evidence, and reasoning. Your partner can put a box around your claim.
Can we write the same word?
Oh, sorry, if you did it as a paired trade with their claim.
Okay.
Oh, because the figures.
Okay, and then we're saying.
So in figure A, the city of Seattle has longer days in the summer because of the angle of light.
Yes.
Oops.
Wouldn't that be?
Is anybody finished?
Because the angle of
As a result of the Earth's tilt.
You'll actually
8:16. 8:16.
Gets more.
It's about a minute and a half.
Has anybody finished and written a sample argument that is willing to share it with the class?
You don't look it.
Lily?
I didn't even do my assignment.
We got a volunteer in the back.
You look like you're.
Mine's incomplete.
You do.
We'll bring the complete one up, please, if you would.
Bring it up?
Yeah.
Something to look forward to, right?
It's kind of messy to be like looked at, but
It's all right.
I'll do it. I'm really messy with stuff.
Yeah.
You wanna read
Yeah.
it out loud for the class?
Okay, it could be day or night at any of the locations because the illustration shows position of the Earth but not the Moon, and day and night is determined by the orbit of the Moon. Yes, kind of, yeah, not the orbit of the Moon. So we can't determine the time of day. Okay.
Okay, this is good. We can work with this. It could be day or night at any of the locations. What does that sound like to you? Of the three, evidence, reasoning, or claim? Is that a claim? Okay.
Good.
So we're going to put a box around that part. And then we have, because the
Yeah.
illustration shows the position, I think I might be out of time, but this part would presumably be the evidence. So
Yeah.
we'll underline that.
Maybe that's the reasoning.
It's kind of mixed.
Or is that the reasoning? Maybe that's the reasoning. And it can be mixed. It often
Oh,
is.
that's the evidence. That's the evidence.